Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Talking Snacks, a gaming podcast. I am joined by
Cuff Hopper with confidence.
This time. This is episode 4. It's going to be, I guess, a month.
A month in.
Look
at you doing it big.
And not doing it big, just doing it steady.
Well,
trying
you
to
got
be
competition out there. Alex the Honking Bird just got his
I
YouTube
know.
medal.
I just found that.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Wild how a parakeet can hit 100,000 subscribers, but, you know, it's a wild world we live in.
I just love as soon as we hit the record button.
Ambience.
Shit has to go on in the background.
It's great stuff.
Yeah, but it happens.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah. Let's pay for a studio one day. Anyway, been a week, as always.
Yeah.
As we like to shoot for.
Yeah.
How's your week? How's it been?
Pretty good. Just a weird kind of like lull going on in school right now. Kind of approaching that midterm preparation era, So, the plus side, not too much homework. Can't complain. Borderlands 3 life. Starting to feel a little burnt out on it.
Already?
No. Because we're doing the thing where we don't want to play it unless everybody's playing it. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to get ahead of anybody. So, when not everybody's on, I'll start up another character. Four characters to choose from. And so at this point, I've seen the opening areas like 4 or 5 times at this point.
You just do it a new time every time?
Well, yeah.
A new character every time?
Yeah.
Ooh, more dedication than I would have.
No, I mean, it's cool. You can see how each character operates and stuff. One of my other characters, not my main one that I play with my homies, but my other characters caught up right where they were and got right up to where the point we got to and stopped it on that one. And then like 2 days ago I started up my Amara character, the Siren Girl, and I was like, alright, we'll see how that goes. Got her to like level 10 or something and was able to grind out a little bit. Pretty good. Still enjoying it. Hope they can do some patches soon though, because it's not a big deal, but patches would make that game even better than it already is. And we need more shift codes. Randy Pitchford, please. I want to open that golden chest.
I don't know what those are.
It's, little promo things.
Oh.
You follow their Twitter, they give out the codes, and you put them in on your VIP thing or whatever it's called.
I'll tag them in this post.
Hey, maybe we'll get some.
Throw that on
That'd be
the old tweeter.
Yeah. And then you can take those golden keys, and there's a special chest in the game where it's like always pretty much guaranteed like purple or orange guns, which are top quality. What you been up to?
PC fixing and gearsing still on that. Still liking Gears. Kind of getting, I guess, burnt out. Here we are. What, week 2? Probably longer.
They needs more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't played it in like 2 weeks, but it needs more stuff.
Well, I'm doing the ranked multiplayer stuff, which always keeps me angry and
it'll do that
in the moment. Matches are intense, and so that's basically been my.
The past 3 times I've come over here, it's still only like 5 maps.
Yeah, there's not a lot of maps. We're supposed to. It says free maps coming, free maps and characters and all that good jazz. But I don't know. I was planning on buying the fucking duck game. Never got around to it.
Oh,
but
I mean, you should probably give that a quack.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get right on that. I guess jumping right into what we have a beefy list for this week. I think because we do get long-winded. So,
well, there's a few things on here I feel like we can rant about, but I mean, I guess what the GameStop thing is wild.
The rebranding of GameStop.
Yeah, we did a little research on this, but it just still kind of blows my mind. It's a good direction that they're doing. I appreciate it, but this is kind of like one of those last ditch.
Yeah.
Things.
I don't think they're saving anything.
Nope.
If they bounce back from this, it will literally be a miracle.
Yeah, well, if you want to dig yourself out of a hole, first thing you got to do is put down the shovel, right?
I guess.
Colonel Sanders said that.
Did he?
No. I don't remember who said that.
No.
Probably Stanley Yonats. Shout out to Holes.
Holes. There you go. Good job.
Yeah.
But the rebranding looks cool. I mean, would they say kind of like a gaming cafe or gaming lounge?
Yeah, it's like a cool little hybrid thing, yeah, like a little gaming lounge. They had a whole bunch of CRT TVs set up with like, what was it, like N64?
Yeah, they had a bunch of retro consoles set up.
Weird.
They had like a little snack bar where you could purchase snacks and stuff. But they still, they're still keeping the integrity, quote, of, selling games and trying to be the big go-to gaming market, I guess, for physical releases and stuff like that. But
I'd love to see it firsthand, to see what the atmosphere actually is like. Because all we have is that little cell phone footage that we've seen.
In portrait mode, nonetheless.
In portrait mode, nonetheless, yeah. That's, yeah. Come on, get with the times. 2019. Film it horizontally, please.
But it looked like they got rid of a lot of clutter,
Yeah, it was a lot more open, very chill.
Yeah, instead of just advertisements for 30 different anime knickknacks on your right and keychains on your left, and it's it's nice to see some of that gone, because Jesus Christ.
It definitely, they're definitely pulling off that, God, I just had the word for it in my head, but just like kind of laid back atmosphere. Everything's like real open, you can just kind of meander around, chill, and that's like a 50-50 deal, right? Because of course you're gonna have people that just come in, don't buy anything, and just take up space.
Yeah, like that's what I was wondering. Like, how are they gonna market that?
But at the same time, if that's your go-to place every time, odds are you're gonna be more likely to purchase from there. Is what I'm assuming they're going for.
Yeah, but like, how much money are they going to get from people like on snacks and stuff like that? If you're just allowed to just come in there and sit down without purchasing like an arcade pass or something like that, that seems like you're just digging a bigger hole. Honestly, you're basically just taking up store space for people that are just lounging around doing nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess they probably have some kind of system in place. I would imagine, like,
you got to be a pro member to
sign up for that rewards program.
Yeah, and then you can come sit down on the couch.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this is all just assumptions, but like if you wanted to sit down at a CRTV, maybe pay like some sort of minimal fee for game time or something, because just allowing somebody to just come in and walk in and be like, I want to play Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, and
then they just sit there for like 3-4 hours or whatever. That's just more of a nuisance than anything.
Yeah, that's not really feasible for a store trying to actually make money.
Yeah, plus those guys that we watched, I can't remember their names, but you got to do a whole like retraining thing at that point, right? Because now you have to train the employees to be like more social instead of just
cramming
instead of just being the NPC thing. Like, is that all today? Would you like to join the rewards program? Here's your game.
Thank you for calling GameStop. If you can buy a pre-order whatever game it is coming out this week. You get exclusive DLC content. My name is Brian. How can I help you? Most of the time when I call GameStop, I never get an answer anyway. So
I haven't been to GameStop in a minute. You know the history with it, but I guess the viewers don't, or listeners don't. I had just a bad experience with Colonial Marines, which is old at this point. Yeah. But that was it. That did it for me. With like, there was a pre-order kerfuffle, some kind of thing went wrong on their end, but they blamed it on me or something, and I had to come back so they could fix it. But for them to fix it, I had to pay more money, even though it was paid off. And I did it just to get it over and done with, because they were literally blowing up my cell phone. But after that, I haven't been back to a GameStop since. Used to be hyped to go to the midnight releases and things, but now it's just like, meh. GameStop's just like a place.
Yeah.
So,
if I can get it day one without having to fuss or fight if they got it in stock, I'll do it. Because I had a bad experience with Amazon one time, which I know doesn't happen all the time, but I was supposed to get my game release day, didn't happen, and there's really nothing you can't do nothing about that. If it doesn't show up in the mail, it's just like, well, we're sorry.
Was it like a day one?
It was supposed to be guaranteed at your doorstep the day it releases, and it just did not show up. So I always liked GameStop to have that backup, but most popular games are sold out anyway at GameStop if you don't have them pre-ordered or reserved, whatever. Yeah. So
if you're not there for the midnight release, chances are you gotta wait for the next shipment or a pre-owned copy or whatever.
I think the last game I did was me and you did it together, Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
I tried to get the collector's edition that had the reversible cover, but yeah. After that, I don't think I've been back to GameStop since.
I was trying to remember the last time I went before the Resident Evil 2 thing, because that's almost 2 years ago now. Right?
No, Resident Evil came out beginning of this year, buddy.
Beginning of this year? All right, well, my bad. You know me, bad memories. But yeah, before the Resident Evil 2 thing, I can't remember the last time. I don't, it was always like Halo 2, Halo 3 stuff, and like Call of Duty things. One time, me, Richie, and Graham went for Naruto, which was hype. But yeah, you seen the memes. GameStop's kind of on the way out, like we said.
Yeah,
kind of a last ditch
I threw this idea out to you the other day. I said, let's just buy all the stocks right now because they can't be worth shit, and we're not out like a lot of money. But let's just put $100 each.
Stocks. I don't know how much your stocks are going for, but it can't.
But
be
just
a lot.
$100 each, and if they bounce back, boy,
GameStop millionaires.
Stonks, boy, stonks. Moving right along, they did have some Death Stranding footage, gameplay. I don't even fucking know what you wanted to call that.
Idle screens. I don't know what.
It had a whole 40-minute thing of Hideo talking.
I couldn't watch it. It's just
we
weird.
skipped to like gameplay points. Tried to.
I don't know what the strategy was there. Like it was literally like 50 minutes of Death Stranding gameplay. Clickbait title, obviously. And we watch it, and it's literally just Kojima and some random girl, whatever, playing the game. And he's like, this is like the hub, and it's like some underground base where Norman Reedus and his fetus are. And he's literally just...
Never get tired of that.
just literally just walking through just like every little idle animation and thing that you can do in the hub, and like the mocap that they went through to go through and everything.
And I get that that's impressive.
It is. Sure,
it
cool.
It is. But like you said earlier before we started this, that's something that people are going to see one time and just, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then
they'll watch
why are
that.
you going to waste 30 minutes of like presentation time?
There's a dog. There's a dog there. He's excited for Death Stranding.
Yeah, he is. We're trying our hardest to bleed out these background noises, but
no, but yeah, it's a good point because like he showed off like so many idle animation things of just if you zoom in on Norman Reedus while he's sitting on the bed, he claps at you, or he's like, I'm hungry, or I'm dirty. And it's like, that's neat and all that they went through the effort to do that, but people are going to play the game, they'll do that thing one time and they'll be like, wow, sure enough, that is the thing. All right, I'll never touch that again.
Yeah, like why are you doing it? What kind of fulfillment do you get out of that?
Exactly. How does that help your game progress? And then when
knowing him, he'll throw a trophy in there that makes you watch that animation. Zoom in on Norman Reedus' feet 30 times.
Yeah, watch him tap like the Ritz, putting on the Ritz. And then when we finally, because we fast forwarded through it a bit, we were like, all right, still underground, still underground, still underground.
We just wanted some meat for the gameplay.
Yeah, just something. Just give me the third person stuff. And he finally gets above ground. What's the first thing to do? Pees on a rock. And he talked about that for like 10 minutes.
He talked about how you couldn't see him pee.
Yeah, it's like
Norman
you can't see
Reedus
him
will
pee.
not allow you.
Norman Reedus will do a little quick shuffle, like, hey, no, man, you got to pay more money to see.
He was like, you can't look at it this way or this way, and you can't look down. And like either way, sure enough, you couldn't see it. My God,
wow,
but like
revolutionary.
And you couldn't pee next to people. You had to walk away from the other NPC. Like,
but he was just so excited about it, which is just I don't understand. I don't know. Most people, they show off gameplay and they're like, you see these particle effects here? Our dev team, our R&D team worked really hard on that. And
the game does look good, though.
Does it?
I think it looks really good.
Like visually,
yeah.
The Fox,
I don't know what the fuck's going on in the game.
The Fox engine is fantastic. Metal Gear Solid 5 looked good, but it was a game.
Is that the Fox engine?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
they made a whole big deal about it, facial animation and capture and everything.
Because I thought Kojima lost that when he left Konami.
I'm pretty sure it was on the Fox engine.
Oh well.
I'm gonna do a quick Google search, but I just want to see meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
What is the
We've
objective?
seen some months ago, but like not enough. I don't know. The game comes out in like a month, which surprises the shit out of me. Yeah. We know very little.
We know nothing.
Yep, and people want to buy it. That's what people want to do. I don't get it. Pretty sure the man's on drugs.
Oh, no doubt.
We went through this with the whole cheersing to the fetus. Mm-hmm. There's that cutscene where he drinks wine with the fetus.
It was Fox engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he lost that because I know he started up a whole new company and stuff.
It looks good. It's wild because it's everything that the Unreal Engine pretends to be. Sorry to cut you off. But, you always see like those Unreal Engine trailers where they're like, this was made with the Unreal Engine and blah, blah, blah. And Kojima's over here with his own like literal custom-made game engine. That's what it should look like.
Yeah.
Personally, because everything just looks great, you know, and just I don't know, whatever. Where were we on? Kojima's definitely on drugs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I just think that his storylines in every game has always been just absolute batshit crazy, and this looks like the same. I just wonder, his dosage of daily psilocybin. I just wonder how much he just takes every day before he sits down to write with Hunter S. Thompson's
yeah, it wasn't
soul and spirit sitting beside him.
It wasn't always this bad. I feel like.
I don't know, man. You're the one that can recite most of the Metal Gear lore, right? So maybe it's not that bad to you. But
like Metal Gear Solid. Granted, we were young when we played it, and I've played through it multiple times, but it's not too hard to follow. Like
it's no Kingdom Hearts.
It's no Kingdom Hearts, sure, but like Metal Gear Solid 2, 4, those kind of start to dabble in that Kingdom Hearts territory of just crazy.
Well, that and the chronological order.
Yeah,
things hard to understand.
My favorite.
You got multiple snakes and different consoles spanning back to the original NES,
yeah.
Which was your original big boss.
I don't even know how those fit into the timeline.
That's like I don't know. Yeah, that's supposed to be the big boss, right? That's,
yeah.
His original run.
My favorite was always 3 because it's
it had hype factor behind when we were young and PS2.
Sure, but like it's the easiest game to follow story wise. It's basically a James Bond film. Sneak in behind enemy lines. There's some weapon of mass destruction thing being created. Save the guy that's making said weapon of mass destruction. Figure out how to shut it down. Some plot twists happen, and then right at the end you get some Marvel end credit twisty things that set up all the other bullshit of nanomachines and patriots and the Illuminati-esque figures that run the world. And the Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, and I was completely lost.
I liked 4.
That game's got over 4 hours of cutscenes in it.
It does.
Wild.
But we'll see how his creative madness, if you will, puts into a whole new IP.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's just gonna herald it as one of the greatest games of all time, no doubt.
Maybe we'll see. What if it comes out and IGN gives it a 1 for too much water?
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Better go back to the drawing board. The mushrooms aren't realistic when I pee on them.
Let's see. What else happened this fucking week? The Genesis Mini actually came out, I think Friday. It's hard to keep up with things when I write notes down during the week and then try to remember them on the day we record. So
it's a cool thing. I'm not really much big on the diving back into the retro stuff, but I mean, if you grew up with that console, it's got pretty much every mainstay game you would want to have on it.
It's more than the NES and SNES classics, and it is SNES classics. For anybody that wants to contest that, you can get right out of here.
I prefer SNES.
Yeah.
It just sounds good.
Yeah, who the hell says SNES classic? Get out of here. But I think those launched with like 20 titles on them each, and this is coming in at 42. So that's a decent number for a little classic.
Yeah, I mean, it had all the good ones. Sonic, what was some of the other ones?
Sonic 1, 2, Toe Jam and Earl, Earthworm, had Phantasy Star 4, I think.
It had some kind of Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition?
Yeah. Oh, Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Ghouls.
Whichever one, yeah, the sequel
to Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
I feel like it was
Strider.
another one.
That's
Strider.
Yeah.
There you go.
Taking it back. But,
I never played a Genesis.
Those are cool for people that like to collect. As you see, I just have random shit that I've never played, and I just buy it to collect it.
No, I'm not about that. You know me. I'm all digital.
Yeah, but I think it looked cool. Be cool to have on a shelf. We actually watched a guy do a teardown of the tower. Because they have a cool collector's edition, quote,
right,
that comes with the 32X expansion and they don't work, because it's all internal in the main thing. But you can actually make the old 32X tower, and
it was more of like an inside joke thing.
Yeah,
right?
And it had the Sonic and Knuckles expansion, which you could put Sonic 2, and it all came with that. But none of the shit actually functions. It actually runs off a chip inside. But he actually broke down the CD drive, and it had a picture of the motherboard and all the shit in it with a disc of Sonic CD in it, which I just think is...
That's cool. That's a cool little
beautiful attention to detail there. Who the fuck was going to tear that down anyway? But of course the internet,
Oh yeah.
So it's cool they added that. I don't know if I really played it as a kid, But you came in here not too long ago when I did some thrift store shopping.
What? Oh shit, we're gonna get copyright now.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
But I came in. You came in here, and I had Sonic Spinball on an original Genesis hooked up to a HD, 4K.
That game low key looked pretty difficult.
Oh, that game's hard as shit.
Yeah, because I remember you were on what was it, like the third stage or something? You were like in Robotnik's like.
I was in some fucking stage,
something.
Yeah, and I just kept rotating for like 45 minutes, not getting to the boss because you can't really control it.
You have the main pinball flippers at the bottom, and you have to like go to like another section of the stage where there's even more flippers to activate like some switch.
You have to get switches and then go down drains to get the crystals. Or emeralds. Once you get all the emeralds, you can get to the boss stage. But fighting all of that just to get to those is just.
Yeah, it looked a little rough. Did you ever have a SNES?
Yeah. I had one. Bam.
Favorite game on the SNES? Go.
Chrono Trigger.
Didn't play that one.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with.
Never played it as a kid, but I played it on the DS when it got ported. Hard as shit, actually.
Does that count? That doesn't count. What was your favorite SNES game when you had it?
When I had it, probably Super Mario World.
That's a good one.
I never owned Yoshi's Island. I rented it a bunch though. Actually, fuck that. Kirby Superstar. Kirby motherfucking Superstar. That's where we're going with this. Yeah.
A lot of memories.
Had all like little mini Kirby games that all built up into one big adventure towards the end. With the Milky Way Wishes. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We went down that rabbit hole the other night. I had to listen to it.
Oh, was that the SNES one?
Yeah. Nice. I had to listen to that one tune. I was like, man, I remember this as a kid.
It's Kirby looking over with his wheelie in the sunset.
Yeah, that was great.
That was my dad's consoles, right? And so like, whatever he had, that's what I played with. So like, I had the Yoshi's Island thing, Star Fox Adventure. No, Star Fox.
One. It just Star Fox.
Just Star Fox. Yeah. Before the 64 one where they had voices. Yeah. This was the one where they were like. And they said good luck on that one, I think. But aside from the words "good luck," it was. Anyway.
That's what you're doing that the whole thing.
Yoshi's Island, Star Fox, fantastic. Those two probably stuck out the most. I love playing those. Mortal Kombat 3.
I had two on the SNES. I don't remember 3.
I had 3. No. Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah.
I think
it was on there, yeah.
Too hard for me.
That one actually incorporated combos. The other ones just was like smack buttons and...
Yeah, I felt real proud of myself actually one time. Because Cabal was my main guy. Because he had those Chinese sword things and he had a gas mask on. And my 5-year-old brain was like, that's edgy. I don't know what edgy is, but that's cool.
That's cool to me.
That's cool to me. And figured out like a little 4 combo thing, where you hit like punch, kick, and the character just moves like hyper fast,
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is my main.
This is my main. Never did fatalities or anything like that.
They were so hard. When you didn't have the internet and... You couldn't get them scholastic books.
Tips and tricks. Shout out the last podcast.
I know. Speaking of the last podcast, I guess I have to correct myself. Some news dropped today. We are actually getting physical releases of Final Fantasy 7 and 8 for the Switch.
Nothing else?
I don't think so. It just said carts, so I'm guessing it's Switch ports. I mean, that was the big news.
That's cool.
It kind of sucks because it took 2 weeks for them to tell us after the game launched, or 3 weeks, whenever the fuck.
Well, let's be honest. Would you play it on the Switch?
I was gonna buy the physical copy on the Switch, yes.
Damn.
And then I found it on Newegg for $16 like 3 days after it came out, and I just bought it.
Is it too late to refund your copy on Steam?
Non-refundable when you buy product keys.
Oh, what's a letdown?
Yeah.
How come they didn't put 9 on there? Is that not the edgy era?
I don't know.
We only care about the edgy ones?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's messed up.
But I might get it just to put it over here.
That'd be cool.
I like the cases and stuff.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell. No.
Yeah.
They need to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, man. The whole move around to set this PC thing up.
Yeah.
Kind of just crammed everything into a corner so I could have a desk and something to work with. Still rough in this area. Sorry for audio listeners. Pun, because we don't do a video podcast. But yeah, I'm kind of a little salty about that. I planned on picking up that physical release, but whatever. Anyway, on to the biggest news, the biggest fucking news that I think we have.
No, you have to come join us in the digital era. It's so much better.
Yeah.
All your games on Steam are digital?
They are.
Yeah. So what's the deal? Literally all the games you've been playing on PC are digital.
You want me to start buying boxes for them? Even though my PC didn't have a disc drive, I'll just buy the boxes.
That's too much. Just walk into Walmart and buy Gears 5 or Microsoft operating system.
I don't even... Is that a thing? I guess it is.
Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
The games come like that?
Games for Windows.
Yep. They have a whole section of Walmart dedicated, right? Where you get your Bejeweled or your Tower Runner or whatever. Start that collection. That's what I want to see.
Just basically games that
just
are like
$2,
freeware,
like
shareware,
$2 games on the Play Store.
And I have actual jewel cases back here. Yeah. Right. But the biggest fucking news. I don't think anyone expected this.
This is wild.
Yeah, this is gonna blow some people's fucking minds. KFC has an official licensed dating sim coming out.
Yeah, as in KFC is fully aware of this game and are okay with it, and it's a thing.
Yeah.
And I've never been more happy to be pro KFC in my life, because let's be real.
Who hasn't looked at the Sanders, the Colonel, man, and just been like, man, I could court the shit out of
that
him.
That aside, and the game aside, KFC, in my opinion, better than Bojangles, better than Popeyes, except for the biscuits. And I've only ever had Church's once, and it was not a good experience. Perhaps it's a little biased, but KFC for life.
I don't know if we're East Coast, so I don't know if that's just a Eastern. I know KFC's probably everywhere, but
we have them all
I don't
around
know
here.
if, like Popeyes and all that other stuff, so people might not know what you're talking about. But Popeyes just popped off on fucking Twitter for fighting. Yeah, so they got to be pretty global, I guess.
Yeah.
Forgot about the chicken sandwich debate.
We don't have them around here, but I do know that Popeyes and Church's are indeed in Greensboro.
Damn, you're calling out close to home.
Yeah, throwing our location out. But I've been to Popeyes like maybe 2 or 3 times. Church's only once. Didn't leave a good impact. But KFC, that's family.
That was an old slogan. Or is it still their slogan?
I don't know. That's what the F stands for, right?
Oh.
Kentucky Family Chicken?
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But haven't you ever just looked at the Colonel and just thought that, damn, that's a big hunk of man meat? And
I mean, I didn't until I seen this dating sim trailer, and I was like, anime weeaboo Colonel Sanders? All right.
It is so anime, it's ridiculous.
Like typical, it literally was like an anime opening to a show. And I'm all right with it.
I don't understand, isn't KFC like a Western base? Like, is that not a United States thing? I know, but they were started here, right? They had to have been with that name. So I don't know who got this and who thought of this, but whatever. Kudos to you. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna play it. I might for a Let's Play. You brought that up.
Boy, I just thought of the implications of that. If they have a KFC dating sim, how much longer till we get like Chick-fil-A RPG or Wendy's action adventure?
Let's go to the Rule 34 Wendy's.
Let's not.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. This podcast is all over the place today. We're getting more comfortable in our own skin.
I guess so.
Chicken.
But then I had another thing. I just remembered. Do you remember those old Burger King games?
Yeah, I got your old copies. Remember, I bought all your Xbox.
You got Oh, that's right. You got Big Bumpin' and Sneak King and all that.
Yeah.
Garbage games. KFC dating sim though, look pretty good.
Did they not have a case?
They have a case. Yeah, we're just gonna break the fourth wall here.
I was just looking. I know I have it.
They're definitely should be over here. Are they not on the other shelf?
They're probably they're definitely on the other shelf in the other room.
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Because
I didn't want to make another noise.
It was 3 of them, I think. Just like Sneak King, Big Bumpin', and like a mini cart.
You only had one case for one of them, I think.
Maybe.
I got the rest in this drawer.
Those were definitely I can tell you, those were definitely games you just play once.
I don't think you ever played them at all. Don't ever play them.
I mean, they're not great at all.
There was a lot of R&D and stuff going into that for nothing.
They had to have lost money on that. Because you could literally buy those games at Burger King, which I'm pretty sure we did, and they were like, couldn't have been more than $10, $15. Yeah.
I'm just thinking like grease.
Yeah.
Just disgustingness on a game case. There's a slide in this shelf pretty easily, I guess.
It was something. Anyway, getting back on topic. Chick-fil-A go hard. I'd love to see a Chick-fil-A game.
What is their mascot? They have nothing.
It's the cows. What? Eat more chicken.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then whatever that red thing is, the red doodle. It's like a C. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The C that looks like a chicken.
Yeah.
I guess that's a mascot.
But see, did they have like a bunch of different actors play the Colonel though, or play their mascots? No, it's just a cow.
No.
We had Jason Alexander
Honestly, I don't even
play
think
the Colonel for a commercial. Come on, when you get George to play the Colonel, you know things are popping off. We should have known a dating sim was coming a while ago.
Yeah, you hit the
with
big
that
time.
info.
You
Yeah,
hit the big time then. But no, I mean that'd be. Maybe this is a neat bookmark moment in gaming. Got a KFC dating sim. How long before McDonald's horror thriller? You know, I always thought that Hamburger would look like a serial killer.
Yeah. I walked into the playpen, and I never left.
I didn't realize it closed at 8.
Just locked
y'all
in a
know
little
when
plastic gate.
y'all know when Little Caesars close?
All right, we are.
All right.
We're
We gotta
killing
refocus. What do we got?
Well, we got Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 coming out this week for pretty much everything. I threw this by you earlier. You said you played it years and years ago.
It's been forever.
But they're getting ports, I guess, touch-ups.
Well, that's hype. I mean, I know it's a big nostalgia game.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
It still gets speedrun and everything, like
really?
HDQs and stuff. Yeah. So that is pretty hype.
Now they'll probably patch out all the stuff that you can do in the speedruns to make it fun and interesting, and just make it boring and I just killed it all.
No, hopefully they'll just like, what are they like remastering it or something, or are they just bringing it to, or just porting it?
I think it's just a port, probably with some quality of life change. You know how like 9 or 7 for Final Fantasy was, nothing really substantially touched up about them, just kind of ported.
In that case, and I don't know, the speedrunners might have to come up with some new strats or something, but yeah, I know it's got a nice little bit of nostalgia there for a lot of people. I can't really talk about it too much because like it's been forever since I played that game. Never really stuck with me, but
yeah, this one was a little rough for me to even put it on the list because I don't have much to say about it either. I just know it was a thing. People talked about it being, like you said, nostalgia factor, but figured it was noteworthy. Mm-hmm. Older, praised game being ported.
I've seen a lot of that lately. It seems like maybe it's just me.
No, that's definitely a thing.
Bring back the nostalgia.
Yeah, but that really, it's gonna kill some things, I think. Like, what do we have? We have Medieval, or however you pronounce that game. Medieval.
Yeah, with the holy God, I just blanked on his name. Daniel Fortescue.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting a complete remake coming out next month.
I would love to.
I think it's next month.
I never beat that game.
Well, now you have a chance.
Well, I want to beat the original game.
Yeah. Well, have you played it recently?
No.
I have it on my Vita if you'd like.
No. That's one of those things where, like, again, going back to the kid days, I don't think the main reason why I didn't beat that game, didn't have a memory card at the time.
Oh, ew! What? How did you?
Just one of those things.
Yeah, when you can't buy,
Yeah, I mean,
nothing you could do.
Birthday and Christmas is like the only time you can get, stuff.
Yeah, and like, not to throw shade at our parents. I don't know how yours was, but mine had absolutely no fucking idea what games or how games were. I'm very surprised as I grew older, like that my parents actually got me the stuff that I wanted as a kid, because even now they'll be like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I get most of what I want, but if you want to pick me up something, just get me a gift card. Like, I could not get my mom. She was like, what do you want? I was like, just give me a gift card for, like, Nintendo Switch Online, okay? Just a gift card. Throw it in a whatever stocking, and that'll be fine. She got me a PlayStation card. And I'm just like, it's fine. I'm not going to complain. I don't care. It's whatever. I didn't need anything at all, but I'm glad you went. But like, how the fuck
that counts.
Yeah, how the fuck as a kid did you go out and get me these things when I wrote like a terrible note to Santa?
That brings up a good story, and I'm gonna go off on a tangent if you'll indulge me, because it's the exact same thing. It's Christmas coming up, right? Yeah. You remember those jam pack discs?
Yeah. Like the ones that are magazines, or
no? No, it was jam pack.
Was that out of the magazines or like PlayStation magazine?
No, those were PlayStation magazine. Jam Pack was like they came in the case. They had the Jam Pack cases, right?
You lose me on that, but keep going. I know what you mean.
But it was
a bunch of demos.
Yeah, it was that demo era.
Yeah.
It was that demo era.
The Pizza Hut demo.
No, but I think it was my birthday was coming up or Christmas coming up. I don't really remember the context, but this is what happened. Okay, one of the demos had Metal Gear Solid 2 on it, right? Demo that on the tanker ship, if you remember that. It also had some random ass anime-esque game called Klonoa.
Yeah.
You know that? And at the time, like kid, I was like, oh man, bright colors, anime stuff. Yeah, that's the game I want. And I remember, old Kmart. My dad was literally on the phone with me, and he's like, hey, I'm about to get this Klonoa, however you say a game. And I was like, but I was looking at this other game called Zone of the Enders, and it comes it looks like it comes with 2 games. And I'm like, what? Same price and everything? He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's a no-brainer right there. 2 games for the price of 1. So he brings it home. What it was Zone of the Enders, which, as you know...
Which had your demo. I think we went through this.
Yeah, which had the demo of Metal Gear Solid 2 on it.
Yeah.
All on the same... Like, it was like a weird transition DVD-R thing. It was like DVD, but had more space on it.
Yeah.
And you could boot up Zone of the Enders, had the full game of that, but it also had, like, the tanker mission from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Did you have to flip the disc at all, or was it just one side?
No, I think it was all on the same thing. But that was wild.
Was it one of the blue discs?
Yeah.
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 It was early PS2 stuff.
The main moral of the story was I literally got introduced to Zone of the Enders by accident because I thought my dad was telling me it came with 2 games over the phone. Because this was before internet stuff was popping up.
Like all we got was
and as you know,
Tips and Tricks magazines and such.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I learned things.
OXMs and things. Game Informers. But anyway, that's how I got introduced to one of my favorite games of all time. Zone of the Enders. Complete accident. Hype game.
I want to throw mine out there. It's not an accident or anything. I don't know how, as a kid, that I learned about Manhunt. And how or why my parents bought this for me. But I remember being fucking, I don't know, 13, 12.
Oh, that's a good impressionable age to play Manhunt.
That shit was badass to me. And they got me a game called Manhunt. You know? And I sat down, did the whole Christmas thing when I got done with the dinner. And
very controversial game.
Oh, yeah.
By the way.
And I put it on in, like, the family room or whatever. And like I started playing through it, and I'm like, everybody look! No one said anything to me, but I'm like fucking bashing people's heads open and smother them with plastic bags and choking them with glass shards in their neck. That was, I don't know how I got away with that as a kid, but just you know, so just last year, my mother was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't need anything for Christmas, but just give me a $20 gift card for."
That's so weird.
And she can't even do that, but they could get me games, M-rated games that. You know.
That is kind of a weird like transition because I remember when I got Devil May Cry for like my birthday or something, and I was like, I can't play this game. It's too scary. It's like demons and blood and puppet. I'm gonna have nightmares and stuff. And like I boot it up and play it, and I'm like, oh man, this is hype. This goes hard. Holy crap! What? And that game's literally about swearing, demons, satanic things, shooting blood, shotgun, blasting puppets into nothing, and I'm just like. Okay, cool. Yep. Here I am, like 9 years old. Not even 8 years old. Yeah, 2001.
But see, parents weren't aware. I think they weren't aware at the time of what games were. You know, the media was evolving quite rapidly from 2D to 3D to better 2D. I mean 3D rather. So you went from pixelated whatever blood on PS1 to like, oh man, you can actually see that you're bashing someone's brains out in the PS2 era. So. I don't know. They didn't quite understand it, and it made their kids shut up and be quiet, so whatever. They did what they could do.
It's a little mixture of that. Plus, we'd already been desensitized to it a bit, I feel like. You know?
Well,
you play Mortal Kombat 3 or like Metal Gear Solid. You know what blood is. You get the gist of it. So when you get Metal Gear Solid 2 and you can shoot guys in the dick, you're like, oh man, you can shoot guys in the dick.
And they react to it.
And they react to it and everything. He's pissing blood. Like, that's a cool little trope. You know?
But as a kid, do we need that? Probably not.
Probably not, but...
I'm still... I don't know. I don't think video games cause violence in any way.
No,
but I do want to apologize, but not apologize. We go off on these tangents, but I think it's... I don't know. I love it, and I love talking about it, and I hope that our listeners do. You know, they like listening to us just kind of rant about our passion, man. So
it feels natural.
Yeah, it's just coming out.
Conversational flow thing.
I look at the timer every now and then. I'm like, we're not over time. We're fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're just about to hit 40 minutes. That's not bad.
Yeah, no. They've kind of been averaging around 40 minutes.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing.
I feel like once we get this fleshed out, we'll probably be hitting closer towards an hour, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm alright with it.
Yeah, because it doesn't feel like it's been fucking 40 minutes.
I mean, most podcasts go hour and a half, 2 hours, easy. Granted, they have multiple people and stuff on them, but...
Yeah. God, could you imagine getting any of our friends into this? I mean,
shout
out. I love you guys, but like, our banter would just be unruly.
Yeah, we would. I mean, you want to hit an hour? We could easily do that if we just had one more person here. Imagine what kind of stories.
We'd never get to the end of the list.
Talk about super jumping for an hour. Easily.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, man. See, look at the list. Look at the list. The list. It knows all. Code Vein.
Yeah, I made you put this on here.
Yeah, because we watched a gameplay trailer for it. I don't know.
It was
first week of the
ago?
podcast, I think. Actually.
Okay, well, yeah. So 3 weeks ago then. It looks cool. I probably will pick it up because I'm a sucker for Dark Souls things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like a anime-esque Dark Souls. Boy, are we getting a lot of these Dark Souls-esque games. Soulsborne, Souls Bloody Born.
I really do feel bad for From Software because everything that comes from Software
is that from them?
From Software?
Damn it. Is this going to happen now? Is Code Vein developed by From Software? There you go.
I love the... No, it's Bandai Namco.
Okay. Well, no.
What?
Keep going.
It is. It's developed. No, they're publishing and developing it.
Oh, really?
Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. But you are right, though.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco publishes Dark Souls stuff.
Yeah, that's
why
But
it's developed by From Software.
Yeah.
Which is the name of the company. Which is very misleading because it comes from Software.
Yes.
Dumb. But I'm a huge sucker fan.
We're going to need annotations or whatever it is.
Word pops up. From Software. In quotes. No, I played all of them except Demon Souls because it was PS3 exclusive. I played it, but I haven't, physically or played through the whole thing, beat it and everything. But played enough to get the gist of it. Love them.
It was hard. That seemed harder than all of them.
That is, in my opinion, the hardest one.
Yeah, just that death mechanic. But not Stranding before, but
the Code Vein. Yeah, Code Vein.
Tried to keep us on topic there. We was about to go. About to be gone.
Code Vein is just basically anime Dark Souls with
just for combat, the HUD, everything looks so Dark Souls. They're not trying to hide it.
No, they are just. It's almost an homage, right? Like in one aspect, I feel bad for From Software because everything that comes from Software.
I feel like you're doing this on purpose.
Yeah, I am. But there's so many games that are just like, it's like Dark Souls, but it's like Bloodborne, but
was that other one that just? It's not just released. Remnant from the Ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be from or like Dark Souls, but with guns. Yeah.
Yeah. Check out podcast 2, I think, for more info on that. I don't remember if it was 1 or 2. But yeah, I'll probably pick it up. I like anime. I like Dark Souls type things, and I'll probably enjoy it. The hardest ones go Demon Souls, then Dark Souls 2, then 3, then 1. And if you want to throw Bloodborne in there, it's probably right behind Demon Souls for me.
Hardest?
Hardest?
Yeah. Did you say that was the hardest? Bloodborne?
No.
Up there next to it, you said Demon Souls was the hardest, right?
Yeah.
And then right under Demon Souls would be Bloodborne?
Yeah, for me. It's a playstyle thing.
Okay, yeah.
Because
that makes sense.
For a while, Sekiro would have made the top of the list.
I don't even want to talk about Sekiro.
But again, that's a playstyle change.
Yeah, that game crushed my soul.
It did for me as well. Because I was fucking hyped.
I had a lot of love for it at first, and I gave it so much effort.
Dude.
And after I got past the first couple of bosses, I got to just one that seemed so unfair to me, and it broke me down, and I was just like, I'm not having fun anymore. I was having fun learning and adapting, but now it just seems like it's just bullshit. And before I break anything, I'm just going to stop playing for a while, maybe come back to it. And now it sits probably on the shelf right next to Neo, which I said the same goddamn shit about.
Yeah. Well, that game's like Dark Souls, but Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, Team Ninja did that, I believe.
No, it took me... Yeah, you remember. I can probably still look up the texts from when that game came out. Like, that game had me raging.
I believe you sent me, like, just all caps bullshit.
Man. And the like, that little message group that all of our friends are in. There was like just 2 or 3 days straight where I was just like, this game is garbage. I absolutely hate this game.
Yeah, you streamed it at one point and popped in and you were just like, just raging.
It's just like, I cannot stand what. This is the dumbest system. This parry system is so retarded. And then literally like 2 or 3 more days later, I finally gotten used to it. I'm like, this game goes hard. This is hype.
And then you platinumed it. And then
I platinumed it. And I haven't touched it since, but it was a roller coaster there at first.
Sorry.
Roller coaster of parrying things and not really parrying them because it breaks your stamina, but enemies have unlimited stamina. Anyway.
Yeah. I got very annoyed with that game. My first Souls game was actually Bloodborne, because I got introduced to Dark Souls 1 way back whenever that fucking first released. I'm acting like it was so long ago, but I borrowed it from
2011 is when that game came out. Should have won Game of the Year, but Skyrim did.
Oh, well, what's gonna beat Skyrim? It can play on your
Dark Souls.
It can play on your toaster.
As long as it's a smart toaster.
But yeah, I borrowed it from a friend and was like, yeah, I'm gonna get into this hype. Ugh, it beat the shit out of me and I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 came out, and I don't know if 3. Yeah, no, Bloodborne came out after that. But I watched as Bloodborne, hype up to release, and man, I just loved the look of it.
Oh god,
and
that atmosphere!
And I knew it was gonna be like that,
top notch.
But just something just made me absolutely buy that fucking game.
Yeah.
I bought it, had it pre-installed. I was stuck in the first fucking area for like a week at least. Until I realized, just like you have to with all Dark Souls, because I went back and I've done, Dark Souls 1. I haven't beat Dark Souls 1, but I beat 3.
You literally have to adjust your whole mentality.
Yeah. You cannot just play it like a game. You have to play it like a rhythmy thing. You have to...
It's like that whole like risk-reward, like patience versus... Do I attack now? Do I wait for a second? Do I try to go for a parry thing?
But I think that's why Bloodborne worked better for me, being more like engaged. You weren't quite punished for just going all out as much as you were in Dark Souls, where it was more like sword and board, man. You need to block and you need to swing when you need to, but Bloodborne seemed a little more active. But yeah, after I got that down and I beat that game, I went back to the old Souls games and...
No problem.
Hey!
No problem.
Yeah, well, not no problem, but definitely understood more of it and how to do it, so...
Man, I wish we had Colby here. He could talk for days on this stuff, but,
Not opposed to extra people.
Yeah, well, he's, it's a weird night for him. He's usually got homework and stuff. But Bloodborne was another instance of, having to readjust your gameplay thing. Because like you said, I played 1 and 2 and a little bit of Demon Souls, and Bloodborne is just all more offense than defense kind of thing. Instead of shields, you have, like, guns.
Yeah.
And you can... you get hit, you can attack back, get your health back a little bit, so that kind of flips, the combat on its head. Took a little while. Not as bad as Sekiro, but once you get kind of used to the flow of Bloodborne, it's great.
I will say that Sekiro had like the best fluid animation things.
Oh yeah, it was pretty.
Like if you did really good in that game, it just felt and looked like a fucking movie.
It really did.
You just go in and just
As much as I hated it at first, like by second or third playthrough, going for the platinum trophy on it, there were instances where like you literally have every enemy's attack patterns down or every boss's attack patterns down, and just hearing that perfect whooching, right into like a God, I forget the name of it, visceral attack, critical attack, whatever. And then just like meanwhile another homie is sneaking up behind you and he's getting ready to attack, and you just perfectly block him or throw like fire in his face to stun him. When that game works, it makes you feel amazing. It's just the climb to get to there is nerve-wracking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We did the tangent again, but it's okay. That's what we do.
That was a pretty big tangent.
Yeah.
But I love the Soulsborne Sekiro thing. God, I wonder what they're next. Where do they go from here? Aside from anime, because that's Code Vein.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, From Software said they're done with Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So
I think they said that after 3.
Yeah.
Well, they had some DLC stuff, but
we'll probably get. I hope Bloodborne 2. Yeah, I hope.
That'd be great. Sekiro was when they released the Sekiro teaser. That's what everybody thought.
Bloodborne because it kind of just because that bone thing, it kind of looked like the bone saw or whatever from
that prosthetic arm that they showed off.
Yeah.
I remember seeing multiple theory videos of like, in the Hunter's Dream, that workshop thing where you upgrade all your stuff and everything. It had that whole look of just like wooden, like crazy stringy springs and stuff, and like that just kind of whole like rustic look of just weaponry. But we got Sekiro instead. Not that that's a bad thing, but Bloodborne 2 would have been fantastic.
Change is always good. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Damn, hitting 50 minutes this time.
Yeah. I was about to say sorry for the long runtime. But I guess that about wraps it up. Unless we want to run on some more tangents, I suppose. But
I don't know. Yeah, we kind of ran the tangents into the wall. I can't think of anything else.
All right, well, I guess that about wraps it up for episode 4 of Talking Snacks. Thank you for joining us. I'll have all my links to everything below, and yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, enjoy that chill step vibe and fade out.